Hey everybody, Spencer Smith here, student pastor at Frankenmuth Bible Church, and I want to ask a question. I want to ask this. How can we know Jesus better during the season of life? How can we know him better? The world seems to become a very silent place. It seems like just yesterday you were waking up early in the morning, wolfing down some coffee, waking up the kids, getting them ready for school, heading out the door, getting to work to finish projects that you finally are getting done, and then coming home, getting the kids, taking them to school from practice and all this stuff, and it's just go, 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 go. And we live on this planet with 7 billion souls that is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, and it seems to have slowed down because of this invisible enemy. The world has become a very still place. And how can we know Jesus better in the season of life? A couple months ago, I asked them, what's one word to describe your life right now? And student after student said, busy, 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 busy. And each week as I look into our students' eyes, I just see kids that are just tired, exhausted from this constant lifestyle of go, 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 go. And I want for them more than anything during this season of life, and for you, to know Jesus better. And how can we do that in the midst of this chaos? Well, Jesus gives us the answer in Psalms 46. It says this: God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth gives way, though the mountains be moved into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble at its swelling. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God will help her when morning dawns. The nations rage, the kingdoms totter. He utters his voice, the earth melts. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come, behold the works of the Lord, how he has brought desolations on the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the chariots with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. How can we know Jesus better during this season of life? You see, growing up in the church, I always heard how the U.S. needs this revival and the world needs this revival, like the days of Billy Graham and D.L. Moody and George Whitefield, where millions of people were hearing the gospel that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And for the past 2,000 years, Christians have been crying out about this pandemic of sin that everybody gets. And the mortality rate is 100% because the wages of sin is death. But the gift of God is everlasting. How can we come to know Jesus better? And maybe for you and me, maybe for the church, the reason why we haven't had this revival in our hearts is because we've been too busy. We've been too busy with other things. But how do we know Jesus in this pandemic? Look, verse 10 said, "Be still and know that I am God." You see, your neighbor, your coworker, your friends, your family members that you've been praying for years have never been this still in their entire lives. And never have we, as the church, had an opportunity in our lifetime like this for them to come and know God, because they're in this season of stillness. And so are we embracing Jesus' desire for us to slow down and be still so that we can know that He is God? Or are we being creative sinners by finding other things to distract us, by being involved with all the updates of the news that are coming at you at 1,000,000 miles per hour? Maybe it's scrolling through social media. Maybe it's spending more time on Netflix. But are you being still? You see, I hope that we never go back to this old normal, go back to the normal way of things. I hope that this is a season of life where Jesus is teaching us as the church to slow down so that when the storms come and they rage, that we'll be ready to know that He is God and that He is at work. So join us again later today at 4 p.m. for our Good Friday service. But until then, read the psalm, meditate on it, and ask yourself, have you been still so that you can know Him better through the season of life?